Sure.
All right, here we are again. We are going to dive into a game of out of box. So you remember that last week I talked to Gamerman and we reviewed BM4, which is Balance Mode 4. This is not that. This
Mhm.
is two differences here from last week. One is that this is out of box, just to what you would buy at the store. There is a bid. We're about to explain where the bid items went, and there is a new. If you went to AAA, this is fairly recent. This board that I'm showing you right now is fairly recent production of Black Elk, actually, and he's one of the people that I'm going to interview. But we've had just
Cool.
he's actually had some sad stuff happen in his life, and but at one point in time we're going to interview him. But this is a game of Ted or Gamerman and Oysteilo, I think.
Mhm.
That's correct? Okay.
Yes.
So Ted, yeah, tell us about this bid placement. And remember, when we review games, we're looking for things that we think are unusual or things that surprise us, things that better players are doing that we question and go, why would he do that? So the initial bid was how much, Ted?
40.
40. Okay.
Yes. So people are taking 50 or 60. I still believe that the allies in out of the box don't need that much.
Okay.
And apparently Oysteilo agrees with me. And we got down to 40. And I thought, well, sure, I'll give it to him.
Okay. All right. And his $40. So what this is saying is one person is saying to the other person, I can beat you with the allies as long as I have $40 worth of extra materials to put on the board, to put on the board in a place that already has a unit on the board, but only one in each of those areas. So
Right.
we will look at the bid, and the first one is that the Russians are going to get 2 artillery and 2 extra fighters, and we're going to see that he places one of those fighters. I'm going to just zoom a little bit. Control plus, and he puts one of those fighters in Volgograd, so that's an extra fighter, and then another in Moscow. And then he puts an artillery in Amur and one in Buryatia. All right. These look fairly normal to me. And it looks like a little bit of a KJF since we think that those artillery are going to be aggressive, obviously. They are for a little boosting some attack power there. And we think that these airplanes are going to Yunnan.
Yes.
Is that what you would think?
Yes, this is
Yeah.
the first time I've faced this strategy because I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
played out of the box for about 6 years. And back
Right.
then there were 20 bids. And since then, I think JDAO might have pioneered the artillery in the Far East strategy that's nasty.
Yeah.
And the whole fighters to Union deal is almost standard now.
Right. Right. That is the meta. All right, and then of course, in order to make that even better, you
Mhm.
add 1 infantry to Yunnan. That's what he does. All right, and we move down to the bid placement, 1 infantry in Yunnan. We also this is I know there's a place online on accessknowledge.org where it shows the placements. Um, but I'm not exactly sure where to find that every time. But the bid placements for UK are 1 infantry in Alexandria and 1 infantry in Egypt, Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. I don't think that's too out of the norm, um, but a lot of times people will actually place uh, sub subs all around the sea. But this is more of a ground game. And then the French. This is definitely unusual. I think I've never seen this before. And placement is to go to Normandy. And we're playing technology. Any other comments on the bid? Um,
Uh, Yeah, nothing major. Well, when he put an infantry in Normandy, I thought he thinks he's playing the balanced mode and is trying to stop the Vichy thing. But
Ah, the Vichy.
so
Sure.
I asked him, I'm like, do you really want? And he's like, yep. And I think it comes back to bite me there. But that
Yeah.
is an interesting one. Before we go any further, I want to say Oysteilo is an established great player. He has a
Yeah.
winning record. He's been playing in the league since 2014. He's one of our veterans.
Excellent. Good. Um, and let's see. So we have technology, and this is the token system, I believe. Is that correct?
Well, we did not do tokens. We
You
went
did. You did
hardcore out of
not
the.
hardcore out of the box. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And UDH little notes there, players, and you buy one carrier, one destroyer, and one submarine. Okay. So um, anybody seeing that's going to think Sea Lion, I think. So political action, war with China. That's the right hand panel. And we go to some pretty standard, I think. I didn't see anything too unusual here. I love this move with the sub against the cruiser. You're using the sub the way it should be used. And the sub against the destroyer. Two subs against the destroyer. And then we see pretty standard moves into France. So just take this up. So there is no 111 attack here. You're going to get it done, and you're also going to use aircraft into Yugoslavia to make that happen. And I would assume with the aircraft, you want to own Yugoslavia. And then here we go with combat. So if you'll take a look at the right panel, I'm just going to expand that a little bit because we have some interesting dice rolls here. Checked out the dice rolls, and you did not get lucky.
No.
So check this out. So he does get lucky here. A sub does what a sub does best, takes him down in one shot. That's surprise attack. Done. So there. This one ends up being a draw, I believe. So two subs miss. Destroyer hits. Stink.
Mhm.
Sub hits, but so does the destroyer. Wow.
Two for
So
two.
that's frustrating. Not that I'm always for the Allies. So this is Allied headquarters. So
Mhm.
blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Okay, so this one goes well. No, one. I think you lose one sub here. Look at those. Look at those dice rolls. But he does get two out of three hits. But that just damages your battleship. No big deal there. Loses a sub. Okay, and then here's the serious one, France. So take a look at this. Look at those dice. Yikes. That must have made your heart quiver a little bit.
Yeah. You wonder what the defense is going to be.
So how does the defense do?
Look.
Okay. So he does pretty well. I'm seeing he still is just maybe one shy of average right there. But takes off your infantry, and second round, you do not get much better. He is solid. Almost the same. Yeah, five. He takes five again.
This is
So
why you
we're
don't feed any ground units away from Paris, folks.
yes, that's correct. That is correct. And now we're in, and you only get two. The third round, you've got to be thinking this could be devastating. But he gets 3 out of 5. Still very
It's
very good
terrible.
dice rolling. And he's into your artillery. He's taking away your mechs. And here we go. And you only get two. I mean, you are suffering at this point in time. And he gets one
Little
out of
break.
3. Little break. And then you
I
get
had
the
to go
finishing
again.
blow. Finally, you get the dice, and he misses. So there we go. Cost for that, TUV for that is only 4. So pretty unusual. Battle in Yugoslavia, I think, goes pretty well. Not. I mean, those those are some bad rolls, but he also doesn't roll well. You roll well, you finish him off. He gets one extra, and there we go. You own Yugoslavia. You activate Finland. The sub moves to 112 in order to support that fleet, and then you send your scramblers, your fighters, to land on the aircraft carrier, and go to move your forces toward the east. Mostly, but the anti-aircraft went to France. Okay, cruiser joins the incoming fleet. Bombers and fighters tacticals land in France for the most part. Southern Italy gets its due against the Taranto, and so pretty standard. I'm going to close this right panel up as you place a large fleet into 112. Pretty standard stuff. The only thing maybe unusual about this was that I guess you brought an infantry down here instead of a tank, and you left 111 alone. But what this fleet right here, my games and other players are not as afraid of this fleet because it doesn't have many places to go. It's difficult for this fleet to escape. Is that where you were thinking?
Yeah, and I bought the ships to hunt it down, but I don't think that worked
Hunt it
out.
down. Okay. All right. All right. So you successfully posted, made $68, and here we go into the Russians. So the Russians buy 7 infantry, 2 mech, 2 artillery. Now this is a with a Sea Lion build. Russia has a little bit of freedom. I always say when you have a ship build, in general, I call this being adventurous, which is as opposed to being disciplined. I'm just going to tell you what I think, how I react when I see this. I think Russia forward, Russia closer to the front line than I would normally do, and that's buttressed by the fact that there's no one in Romania, no one in Poland. Now Russia can't do anything about that, but I would push for the front. So let's see what he does here, and you can tell me why I'm wrong. So he goes into the non-combat, 124, solid move, pushes into Leningrad, does fall back. Again, unnecessary. I'm just I know it's reactionary. It's muscle memory to fall back. And then I did notice this one right here, that the West Ukraine forces fell back to Bryansk. So I think he's trying to go north and have more of his forces in the north with that move. And I've done that move before. However, I'm not sure. I'm just telling you what I'm reacting to, and I'm reacting to. You don't have to fall back in this situation, but he does move his troops. He does move his troops around a little bit. So I'm just going to. He does bring his airplanes down to Yunnan for that stack. Brings his troops back to Buryatia, and that's a fade and strike move. So he's going to fade in Buryatia, and then opportunity comes upon it. He's going to move back more and pressure the Japanese when they're spread out. Moves his cruiser down so he can't be brought into the sea base, and Western Germany cannot bring him back to Leningrad if he declared war. Moving north, and then sends his fighter to Russia, and then he correctly moves to Xinjiang, not Xinghai, places his units. Okay, so this is, this is certainly one option. This is, so I would say this is his reaction to your naval build, is he's going to put these mechs in an area where he can support China and go against Russia, go against Japan. And then puts the other three into Novgorod, as well as 3 into Ukraine, which is again a reaction to not being at war, and not having much pressure on the Eastern fronts. Not expecting to declare war next turn. All right, that's it for Russia. Anything you want to say about that Russian turn?
Yeah, I'll just stick one thing in there.
Sure.
So he falls back because he knows Germany won't declare war, and
Yes.
whatever you pull back to Bryansk can go either way. Next,
Yes. Sure.
and if you're not used to the bid, especially a big bid, look down at Union and gasp.
Yeah. That's right.
For Russian aircraft, that's what people do. It's most agree that's the most effective way to give the Axis grief and set them back a little bit.
That's right. That's right. Yep. Okay. So what does Japan do now? Now this is Japan spends 5 on tech rolls. He gets 0. I love spending money on tech rolls. And then you buy 3 transports, and then you actually go to war with the Allies. So this is a little old-fashioned, I guess, what I might say. In the league, this was much more popular, maybe 5 years ago, and but even Andrew A. Gamer gave that up after a couple of goes at it. But you are back with a brave turn 1, bring the Allies into the war. You want to explain that at all?
Yeah, I'll have a little trouble remembering, but so I've never faced this extreme bid with oh yeah, I know why. I haven't faced this extreme Union bid. So my reaction is if I can't touch Union, which is all Japan can normally attack on J1 is Hunan and Yunan. If you take Yunan away from me, I have all this power with nothing to do.
Ah,
And it's the first time we're playing UHD, we're playing Tech, we're playing OOB. It's a wild and crazy game. Let's have some fun.
there you go. Good job. Well done. Well, let's scroll through and see what you did. This is combat moves. Here we go. Okay, we do the J-hole attack, sure, and then you're going to attack Hunan. I'm sorry, French China, and then okay, so you've got to marshal your troops. You get a nice 2, so 4 units, 4 ground units, and some planes going into Philippines. Excuse me. You're going to do the attack again, destroyer versus destroyer. Excuse me again. Battleship comes in for the supporting shot. You're going to attack that battleship. Is that the repulse? I think in history.
That doesn't
And
sound.
then
Yeah, no, I can't remember.
yeah, can't remember. But Winston Churchill's big error in Singapore, I think, and then Hunan gets attacked. Sorry, Quangtung. I'm sorry, and then let's get that over there again. Okay, so Hawaii, you're going to do the Pearl Harbor. This is full on. You're going to do it all. That's to be commended.
It's
And
crazy.
yeah.
Great
And
outcome.
you're gonna go to Borneo. Now you go to Guam. So I'm just gonna cycle through this till we get to the actual combat because that's one of the things you can do with this. One of the functions of AAA is you can actually see what your opponent was actually thinking because they can undo moves. So you see some people, for instance, I played Farm Boy or reviewed a Farm Boy game, and he really played around. He hadn't settled on sort of his moves, and he was playing around, seeing it sort of like chess, and you keep your hand on the piece, you know. And how do we end up here? We end up with so we end up with Guam. Can you tell us about Guam?
I think it's mainly to deny the airbase. Wait,
Airbase,
no,
right.
let's see.
All right, good.
May be able to tell as we go along.
Okay, good. Okay. That's one thing I don't usually see. I would normally see
Okay.
a Borneo as opposed to a Guam. So let's keep
It's
going
on
with
it's
this.
on the way down to taking the Money Islands and taking Guam on the way.
Gotcha. All right. This battle, I'm gonna just bring up the dice over here. Here's the sea battle, and of course it goes well for the Japanese, and doesn't go as well for the Americans. We do get a hit, but of course that only damages the battleship. So Japanese win with no real casualties, and then we have the attack, and good dice this time. He hits the 3 right away, first turn, but 2 out of 3 hit, so that's significant for that above average luck, I think, there. So, and we move on to Hawaii. Here it is.
So he doesn't scramble.
He does not scramble. I'm going to move this over here and keep going. Okay, so a sub misses only 2 out of 2 hits. So you got to be sweating again. You wonder if your luck's. Now the American sub gets a hit. So that goes on a ship.
This is
no
making me feel a lot better why I'm struggling in the 6th round.
Yes. Yeah, first round is, it's I have reviewed more first rounds than I've finished. But there is reasoning behind that, because the way you start a game is significant. So we have a destroyer and a sub owned by the Japanese are lost first round of combat, and a destroyer and a sub owned by the Americans are lost. And then you get all the hits you want. Look at all those ones, and he misses with his
That's
cruiser.
a big miss.
Big miss.
I have to block zone 26, and I've only got a cruiser left.
Right.
That would be a plane going down.
Yep. So if he had hit with that cruiser, he would have had to take one of the planes off. So there it is. Attack TUV change, total unit value change for the attacker is 19. Battle for Hunan goes well. He misses with both of his units. And that is all the battles. Oh, no, Kwangtung, here we go. And gets only 1 hit. So your luck continues to go badly, but he misses, he whiffs. And then he gets it, but then he gets a hit as well.
Always happens.
Yep. So 37. How's that go? All 4 hits. Wow. So you feel good about that, but he also gets a hit. And your cruiser is lost. His battleship is lost. So nothing easy. No, nothing too easy for you here.
No.
All right, let's take a look at your non-coms. I'm going to close up this right panel. And here we go. Oops. Okay, he's going to land some planes, and you're landing in the traditional Kwangsi landing spot, I believe. You're bringing the guys down from Shantung to Anhui. And then you got to support this carrier here that's exposed. There is a way to fly the planes, obviously, over top the cruiser. So you got to support that. You're going to bring in 2 carriers and 2 fighters. And then Korea moves up to Manchuria. That's probably a carrier moving down to the 35. And then moving more into Anhui. Move more into Shahar, as well as moving south from Manchuria. And you're going to bring a destroyer in there, 2 destroyers in there, 3 transports go in Sea Zone 6, and turn is complete. You happy with this? Besides the bad luck?
Oh, bad luck makes you look stupid. Great dice makes you look like a genius. This is a pretty crazy. This is a reckless J1, and normally people don't lose that cruiser down at Singapore because it protects FIC.
Right. FIC.
I might get burned by that. I forget.
French Indochina. I believe you do get burned by that. All right, here we go. The Americans are going to open up this panel again. Americans are going to buy a carrier, 2 subs, and 2 bombers. What do you think about this purchase? When you put this on the board, what do you think?
I'm thinking I'm used to 14 IPC bombers from the balanced mod, and here we go back to crazy out of the box with $12 bombers that are going to come and harass me.
Okay. And are you assuming where do you think these are going to be placed when you saw those? You think they're all Pacific? Let's keep going. So we have upgraded factories and AAA is adjusting. Now we have the attack. He's going to take out that cruiser, and he's going to be bold. And he's going to send some scrambling fighters out there to Hawaii. And now we see some dice. And he's going to get it in the first round, and you're going to get one of his. But it goes on the battleship. You still there, Ted? Let's see if you're still there. Okay, I'm going to I'm just going to pop this into, I'm going to pause recording for just a second, people. Make sure I've got, go ahead.
So back to your question on the what do I think about the U.S. purchase?
Yes.
I'm happy to not see any transports being bought.
Okay. All right. So transports, obviously, I always want to say that transports are both poison, but they are also so necessary. And it's the challenge of the Allies to cross oceans. So here we go. We have a battle in 26, and it goes well. But you do get your due.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
The hit on the battleship.
Battleship repair.
And a little repair with the sea base. So, all right. So we have non-coms, and he's going to say, "I'm right here. Come get me." He's ready for a fight. So he's going to make you move. He does activate Brazil, bringing his income back to 72, and flies bomber to England, and does fly fighter to Gibraltar, and then begins to move everything easterly direction. All right, and everything. Okay, bombers are placed in the Atlantic. Ships are placed in the Pacific. No surprises there.
2 bombers is a surprise on US1.
Okay, all right, and him going eastern with that is no surprise. Okay, let's move on to China.
I know
we
he
have a purchase.
bought bombers. He knew he was going to get heavy bombers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Crystal ball. Sorry, spoiler. Go on.
Spoiler. Okay, he buys 3 artillery in the first round for China. He is ready to fight. I see China play defensive on so many occasions, but Ted has told me time and time again that is what you do: is you have the Burma Road open, you buy artillery when you can. And so he's going to attack Hunan, destroy some Japanese infantry. There's nothing better than killing Japanese infantry in this game. So here we go, and look at this. So Ted's luck changes.
There we go.
So here we go. We have 4 dice. He gets 2 hits. He gets 1 hit. You get 2 hits. So right away, will he kill you? He will kill you, but you also kill him, and he is not going to be able to take that territory. So there you go. Chinese, the fighter flying tigers fly home, and Japanese are victorious, standing their ground.
That's a big loss. Yeah, 3 for 2, and so as you can see, huge reason for this crazy Russian plane bid is Yunnan can't even be attacked by the Japanese on the first round. China automatically gets artillery and can buy a bunch right away.
Right. And he's going to put them, I assume, in Yunnan, And, you know, that's obviously now able to attack. So, all right. And that is turn complete, and we collect $9. So Burma's Road is open though. So that's an extra $6 for that change. For that bid, he has now increased his wealth by $6, which is 2 more infantry than you would normally expect. So if the Burma Road is not open next time for some reason, it would still be 2 extra infantry, but it sure looks like there's a good possibility the Burma Road might be open even next time, because there's only 2 infantry here. There's 2 more here, but even with that, we can expect, I think, that the British might contribute to Yunnan, and you're looking at another $6 for turn 2.
This is how you even up the out of the box game.
Yep, that's right.
So this is the bid gambit,
Yep.
and but yeah, at this point I'm like, why did I go back to out of the box? But don't worry, I'll stay here.
You'll stay here. Okay, here we go. All right, the British, they end up buying 3 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 air base. Now I gotta think that when you see that air base, your heart is a little glad, I would think. I generally would say this does not respect the sea lion as much as I would want to pay that respect. There is a way in which, you know, when you bring an air base here, you are obviously, I'm just telling you what I think when I see an air base, and that's that you are going to bring your force to 92. And now that 92 fleet could then go to 110.
Exactly.
And then be a protector. So the air base is
Mhm.
somewhat a sea lion protection.
Yeah.
But it only is a sea lion protection if you then go from 92 to 110. So let's see what he does. He also buys 3 infantry and 2 mechs for India, perfectly normal. And here we go, taking out that battleship and using a destroyer, tries to take out that sub with a destroyer from 109, I think, and going to kill that destroyer, Italian destroyer transport. Some C units, all pretty normal. Okay, so this is a little unusual, I think. He's going to take advantage of the destruction of the cruiser. He's going to invade French Indochina, kill some Japanese soldiers. There we go. And brings the airplanes in. You can land in Yunnan. Healthy attack right there. And he brings 3. That's 3 can reach. There we go. Battle in French Indochina. 5 units against 2. 3 hits right away. Whiffs this time. Okay, so Japanese got a little less lucky. All right, and British win. All right, the battle for 96. A little thin on that battle.
Yeah.
That was well, we could call that brave, or we could call that a little reckless, I think.
Well, it is, because if he's building an air base on Gibraltar, he's got to have that sunk to move the fleet over.
Right.
When fighter attack is maybe 95, 96% chance that can fail.
Right, and it can cost you 2 planes and a disaster. I mean, there's a lot of ramifications if that goes badly. So, normally speaking, you would want to see 3 units in that battle. So, but he gets lucky, and there's no casualties, so he skates with that. And then he attacks and kills the sub. And 3, his first roll totally whiffs. A disaster if this sub hits. The sub does not hit. Gets the hit second time. Again, miss by the sub, which is expected. It only rolls a 1. British win. How about this? Casualties? I didn't see a casualty. 110. Why isn't that? Oh, I didn't open that up. Sorry, guys. Okay, so the attack goes in, hits the battleship, The battleship misses. So that's your dice are not great this game, I would say.
You should have
That
seen my last game against Oysteilo about 6 years ago. My first round was about like this.
really,
I think
I
my Luftwaffe got smoked in 110 at the beginning of the game, and it was just over.
wow, wow, that's tough.
So
Now,
this is some bad mojo here.
yeah, now the destroyer also makes it as it's a blocking, it's a blocker for all sorts of things. So that's helpful for the British. All right, let's see what they do. Scotland moves down to okay, so he's going to go to Algeria, and then he's going to drop some units there. He's going to drop some planes. He's thinking about it. Takes the units off of Malta and drops them into Algeria. Drops 2 planes there. Third plane, not yet. I believe it'll. No, maybe not. Okay, brings the fleet to 92. He does have a third fighter. No, that's the bomber. And he is going to try to escape into 118. I find this good, interesting that he is going to try to split it up and just have someone survive. But he undoes that. Uh, moves back to Egypt. Not really afraid at this point in time of an invasion of Egypt. Destroyer moves to the west side of Africa, and then he does bring support down to Gibraltar. Fleet from 39 goes to, let's see where it goes to. Undoes that move. He's playing around. Let's see where he ends up. I'll stop talking for a minute. As like I said, looks like a work in progress to me.
Oh,
All
well,
right.
we're really disoriented with this map. It's our first time. Looks totally different from
Ah,
what we're used to. Oysteilo has said several times that he doesn't like it. He doesn't like the
okay.
documentation. He thinks they need to work on some things. Anyway, yeah, this is our first round with units and territories looking very, very different.
Right, right. Okay, so we're still working at this, and he's still playing around, and he supports Yunnan with everything he can. Moves forward. He he's still thinking. Okay, so he does split that force. Looks like that's okay. That's okay. Let me just do a zoom over. I'm going to expand this just a little bit. I find the trucks. I don't like the trucks too much.
Mhm.
Other than that, you do have to get close. The British fighters are really quite small. Um, there are different skins for this where they show up a little bit better. But this is the final disposition of troops, where we have Iceland and we have a split between the battleship and the cruiser. There's no air base on that Iceland to scramble. Got the destroyer blocker. That's going to be attempting to split up your naval forces. He does have a 2-plane scramble. Does have a destroyer and transport 91. Yeah. Forgot to move his troops forward. Quebec doesn't really need to, but he's brought his destroyer around to 83, and then placed no units into Union of South Africa. Moved his troops up in Rhodesia. Did bring the fleet, only the fleet, to 76. And where's that transport? The transport went to French Indochina and moved, like I said, moved everything up. And all right, let's see his places his air base in Gibraltar. Places 3 infantry and 1 artillery in UK. I probably would have saved it and got just infantry myself, but okay, $33. That's respectable. places the units. And so are you feeling pretty good at this point in time?
No, terrible.
You're feeling pretty terrible. Okay, mostly from the unit, I would think.
Paris.
Paris. Ah, okay,
Everything but
gotcha.
6 tanks, and you've got Normandy to clean up, and there's no cannon fodder. I see now, since you talked about Sea Line a little bit, it's not such a threat because there's a couple infantry down. So in the next turn, the Germans could only bring up 3 from Slovakia to Germany. There's 1 in Germany, there's 2 in West Germany. So there's only 6 men. So there's not enough men to load up maximum transports.
Obviously, you could bring your
Oh, I
guys
guess you're
from
bringing them over from
Finland,
Finland.
uh,
Yeah,
Finland to Norway, and you'd have 10 infantry.
yeah,
Uh, you'd have 6 tanks,
that's right.
1 artillery, 2 artillery, 6. So you'd have 6, 7, 8. You'd be down 2 if the French don't attack Paris. Oh, you could also move the 3 tanks up, so you'd have a full contingent,
I
20
guess so.
units.
Yeah, I
Yep,
missed Finland.
yep, yep. Okay, so let's go to Italy. Um, so Italy buys a sub. I do like. Well, anyways, I do like that purchase and a truck. Okay, and he declares war on China, and his moves are transport to, and he is. It looks like he's going to evacuate. He's going to evacuate. You're going to evacuate Africa. I personally like that move myself. I feel like Africa, as much fun as it is, it's a distraction for the real game. Myself, it's
And
generally my opinion.
I want those can openers.
Yes, so valuable. Such a big part of this game. Okay, you're going to take out the French fleet. Obviously, in balance mode, you wouldn't have to do that. And you're going to try to do that on the cheap without a commitment from the Navy. I like that a lot. Just trying to get that done as quickly as possible. And then you're going to take Kenya and then Battle for Greece goes. Oh, very good. Okay. Get battleship, 2 cruisers, and
Wait,
you get
wait,
it all.
wait a minute.
Oh, look at that. Oh
Now
my
you're-
goodness. You are not buying any lottery tickets anytime soon when you're playing this game. Oh, he gets 3 out of 4 hits. Oh my goodness.
Where
This
you
is a crazy first round for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Oh, well, at least he didn't get the 4th hit. All right, that's it. Well, I will say, I will agree with you that this game has been okay. You get 3 hits right away,
You're
so
not
that's
done with,
nice.
yeah, you're not done with round 1 yet.
Nope, not done with round 1. Okay, he whiffs, and you take over southern France. No big deal, and you save all your troops. Okay, so do you take him out? Answer 1 sub. I love the sub hits. Oops, what happened there? Oops, I didn't open that up. Sorry, guys. 3. French sub hits. Oh, you something. Okay, there it is. You get 2 hits, and he gets 2 hits. Wow,
He's basically got a bid of about 90 now.
wow. I am flabbergasted. That is some tough stuff right there. That is some tough stuff. Let's see what the French do. I'm holding my breath, thinking the French
Extra
might go
man
for
in there
broke.
too. Got an extra
Uh,
man.
oh man. Okay, so we have some. You're gonna throw yourself into southern France just to make sure he doesn't go there, and then clean up. And the sub is placed in 97. I like this bunching of this fleet. Now, this actually historically happened, but we have a 3-plane scramble, and we have a solid fleet with a bomber as revenge if that were to happen. So, good stuff. He does place the. You do place the mech in southern, because obviously northern Italy is not safe with is it one or two transports there? One transport, two transports could reach northern Italy. So I'm assuming you placed that in northern Italy both to protect
That's
southern Italy as
that's
well as to
yeah.
not allow the killing of the mech.
Here comes the final insult
Oh no.
right there.
Cost for a blockade. Ouch. Okay.
Maximum damage.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. So yeah, you have been unlucky. All right, let's keep going. Oh, the right here. This is the French ship convoying Kenya. So that was incredibly lucky. Okay, so the French. I'm sorry. Anzac buys a transport and an infantry. Okay, and he is going to support you in Hawaii, making that pretty hard. Oh, and a fighter flies in. That's the nail in the coffin. There's no way you can stand. You've got to flee wake, and the destroyer goes to 62. I like that move myself. I believe that's the southern. Yep, that's making Java unsafe and Sumatra unsafe to just throw transports out there in the water. Okay, so let's see if I'm still there. Yep. Okay, so he's going to take it over. He's thinking on his feet. He's thinking about stuff. He places the infantry and the mech. Let's just take a look. And he gets $14. So he did take over Java. Let's take a look there. So infantry stays in Malaya, 2 infantry on Java, transport, suicide transport, new transport, and 2 planes are in New South Wales, as well as supporting the Hawaiian Islands. And 2 infantry stay in Egypt. Okay, let's take a look at the French. French destroyer moves up to 79. Okay. Forward into west, south into Transjordan, supports Algeria. No, doesn't support Algeria. Okay, so that's it. Nothing for Normandy. I was expecting him to maybe chip at that, but you have 2 anti-aircraft. So, all right, that's it. So round 1, you're feeling kind of regretting playing out of box.
Right.
So, yeah. Okay.
Um, yeah, I guess I don't know. Yeah, the 2 fighters in New South Wales really doesn't make sense. That surprised me.
Yeah.
But
They're not on the front line.
it should be in Queensland with an airbase.
Really should be. Yep. Yeah. I didn't see
Yeah.
the threat, I suppose, is Philippines, but with Yunnan right there, there is no way you're going for. There's no way you can ignore the. If you ignore the coastland right now, you'd be signing off the coastland.
Yeah. So, I mean, the move to Hawaii is brilliant. I'm not even sure I anticipated that to balance that out. And as far as staying in Normandy, the Germans have no casualty. They're going to lose tanks if they go after it.
Right. So it's another turn. He survives.
And the tanks will be going the wrong direction.
Yep. Yep. That's right. It's too costly. Okay, let's go for your purchase. Okay. Oh, by the way, just if you're not familiar with this, if you're playing, for instance, 42 online, there's a lot of editing features here, and there's editing rules that are agreed upon usually beforehand. But you can correct mistakes, and it's not. I mean, when you're playing 42 online, if you happen to press the wrong button, it's all over. You could lose your. I mean, you forget something, and you could give the whole game. So this has a little more flexibility, as long as you. Usually, if you do things in combat move, that's when you actually roll the dice. Okay, you're committed. But the non-coms, there's a bit of freedom with that, where if the other guy hasn't gone yet, you can generally speaking, you can make those fixes. Okay, the sub is going to go after the cruiser, which is what subs should be doing. And then all right, then you're going to take out both those ships. And you're going to fly your planes down to destroy some shipping. Okay. All right. Going to the wrong direction. You're thinking about it. All right, here we go. Combat. Two fighters and a tactical versus destroyer. And he gets a hit. Oh my goodness. Wow, dude. Wow.
I'm feeling better all the time that I'm still alive.
Wow.
It's in round 6.
Wow, dude. All right, so here we go. Battle in Normandy goes well for you.
Wait, what?
Oh, you get 2 hits. Oh my goodness.
I lost, I'm down to 4 tanks from my Paris invasion force. And there's one sitting on Normandy.
Wow. That is crazy, dude. I have to agree. You were diced. All right. Wow. Okay, so that's 3 hits. He misses. Okay, you get some luck there. Sub misses. 2 hits. He does get a hit, and you take the destroyer. Okay. Destroyer for a battleship. That's for a cruiser. That's what is that? The destroyer for a battleship.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So then non-coms. Okay. So 124. So okay, moving in. You're extending your projecting power by putting them on the front lines in Holland, Normandy. Okay. 21. Okay, that's respectable on the front lines. Okay. And still have the 3-plane scramble. You need 1 more because you've lost an Italian fighter. So that's another German fighter, German aircraft out of the mix because of that lost Italian fighter. Move some tanks forward. Place your units. 3 subs. Okay, so and 2 units go into Western and 10 go into Germany. 2 mechs in Western. Okay, so this tells me, if I'm looking at this, tell me whether I'm wrong or right, but this tells me you're playing the long game. So this is not going to be over in 10 rounds because these guys got to walk. And you even put some stuff back here in order to support these aircraft. This is tough. Definitely tough because you're putting 10, which I consider this the Eastern Front units, and this is the home guard. And Russia is going to put more than 10 infantry. So the Eastern Front is not looking great right now. Your projection of power over the Atlantic and the North Sea is amazing. You do have some there's 2 planes here that can actually engage with this. So this is a little bit vulnerable because you don't have Iceland. I don't know what he's going to do with that. This is not really vulnerable, and I'm assuming you'll be making your way back to 112 next turn. And the 3-plane scramble is here. Why the move into Holland, Belgium?
Let's see. To protect bombers that went out to sink the battleship.
Gotcha. All right. And so we have a very interesting naval front here. I'm just going to zoom out to see this all in one. But we have a lot of Navy on the board. A lot, I think, more Navy on the board than you would normally see in a lot of games. We have an Italian Navy that's alive and well. We have a British Navy that's alive and well. We have a German Navy that's, I would say, stronger by a couple degrees. But your ground force, your ground game in the Eastern Front is low, is smaller than normal. And Egypt is completely safe. Anything you want to say about round two? Ends with $51. Round two, Germany. Looks like I'm going to keep moving on. When you come back in, just speak up. Okay, so he is appropriately not respecting the Eastern Front at all. He is buying some off, I would say even a mech right here in artillery are offensive units. And he is going to move to Belarus. So everything moves north of the Pipit Marsh. But he undoes that. He's thinking. So he is going to reinforce Novgorod, thinking, nope, he's going to move everything down to Belarus, moves back to Bryansk in order to go north to Belarus, and he's going to make it, of course. And Belarus is going to be a beast in a minute. I mean, if you move in East Poland, Belarus looks like it's going to have an amazing amount of troops. Okay, those so that the mobile units that were threatening Japan and China can move back now that Yunnan is protected. And they all move back to start ganging up on Germany. No, they don't. Nope. He actually ends up sending them to Yunnan. And the fighters stay. Okay. You're back. Okay.
Yeah.
And he is going to move into Amur. Sensing blood in the water, he is fine with moving back. His sub moves out of there, doesn't engage because it can't. It's not a war. 3 go into Novgorod, 5 mech in Russia, 2 artillery. So 2 artillery, this is interesting, 2 artillery in Ukraine. He could have filled up that factory with 1 more, but he did not. Not being at war, has the option with Russia to go to, I think that might have been an oversight myself, but I could be wrong there. And collects $37. Any comments on Russia turn 2 or Germany turn 1? Turn 2.
Mhm. Yeah, it seems like a little disoriented there on Germany too, maybe with the map. I guess probably kind of happy that 4 Russian units are still down in Yunnan. Gives Germany a little air.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Excuse me. That's right. I have some allergies today, so excuse my sniffles. All right. How do you feel about those troops in Amur?
Probably not liking that.
You do have some ability to react if you bring your J-hole force back, and you've got 3 transports, so you can match it, but it does pin quite a number of troops to
Yeah,
Manchuria.
I don't remember what I do here.
Okay, well, let's see what you do. You buy 4 infantry, 1 factory, and 2 subs. So I love to see Japan buy Navy. It's already got a huge Navy to begin the game, and more Navy. The 4 Japanese units I always compare with directly with China. China can produce more than 4 this turn. So I like to see Japan's overwhelmed, and this is doing that. But this factory is going to enable you to succeed in later rounds. So let's see how it goes. Combat moves. Okay, you're repaired. You're going to move. I'm just going to. Borneo looks like it's under attack. And Java is under attack. Okay. And French Indochina. Shan States. You're going to pick up and go to Malaya. Taking away a bonus. That looks like a raid to me. Just thinking about it. And that looks good. So that is a Borneo invasion, a Java invasion, Malaya, French Indochina, and a raid on Burma, I think. Okay, successful. Okay, you win you killed the transports and the invasion. Japanese win. Okay, so you get 2 hits. That's good luck. And he misses. The Anzac troop misses. Java, dude, you get 2 hits. That's all you need. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. You have to take the fighter. Wow. Wow.
So,
Wow. So your luck continues. Is there a function in this to show the total dice for the entire game?
no, I don't think so.
Okay. It's only per round.
It has
per
a,
round.
when you post, it has a turn by turn, how many
Turn by
hits
turn.
each tower was above or below, but that is very misleading because it counts a lot of dice that don't matter.
Ah, you're right. You're right. Okay. So you get a hit, take him out. Nope, he's got 2. So he takes you out 1. You cannot get anything easy. Does he get a hit? He misses. Okay, so there we go. That would have been devastating.
Mhm.
Okay, so I believe it's nope, battle for Shan. Raid. Okay, here it is. Take him out. Oh, he whips. You get okay. So there you go. Okay, so you got to be thankful for that.
Mhm.
Okay, and then movements. I see that a lot. Java C, and you're going to move to Caroline. Okay, Caroline. Yep. And Manchuria gets strengthened by the troops from J-Hole. Yunnan gets strengthened. Anhui. Okay, you got to bring everything there so he does not hit you with the Chinese. Okay, and you're going to move a bunch of stuff off. Where you're going to go with them? You're going to go to Kiangsi, not Guangxi, Kiangsi. See, Caroline strengthened. So a lot of times you would see people drop off in Guangxi, but because Yunnan is such a beast, turn 2, it's unsafe.
Yeah.
It's radioactive. Okay,
Mhm.
Guam. Obviously trying to support that Caroline Island, I would think.
Actually, Guam is, I do remember this. That's a fairly sneaky move, especially on an unfamiliar map for us. So it not only reaches east, but it will threaten Amur.
Ah,
It reaches
gotcha.
Amur.
Okay,
That's
let's
what I'm
take it
seeing
up.
on this map, and that does come into play next turn.
3, 4. All right. All right, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you go up through. Okay. All right. Oh, through Korea. Gotcha. 1, 2, 4, 5.
Goes through Manchuria.
Gotcha. Oh, Manchuria. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
you see how weird it is on this
Yeah, it
map.
is weird. Yeah, you're right. The shape. Yes. Tricksy.
I think Oysteilo missed that, if I remember right.
Yep. Okay. All right.
But you can see so far he doesn't miss much.
Now,
See how good he's been playing?
yes, very good. Oh, you have more going into Guam. Okay, so if I was him though, I would be questioning Guam.
Get to the end there.
So, you
Yeah.
would think, why are they in Guam? Why are they not in the Philippines? And
Yeah.
obviously, the Guam is for the effect that it has
Yeah, I'm
of
sure you did see that.
so just paying attention to what is unusual. Okay, so factory goes into Kwangtung, subs go into season 6. That's making 26 a little more dangerous for infantry in Japan. Now, let me just take a look at and collecting $47. Okay, let me just take a look at Guam's projection of power over the Hawaiian Islands. Okay, so what do we have? We have there's no aircraft on those boats. Hawaii, Hawaii can hit your capital ships in 33. Is that correct?
Yeah,
That's correct. Huh.
I
Okay.
must have
Yeah.
one.
Do you feel vulnerable at all here?
No, I'm sure, I'm very confident I've got it covered.
Okay. All right.
He can't, let's see, he can't reach the Carolines with enough. And of course, you want somebody to make a risky attack on capital ships that are at a naval base because they'll probably just heal right back.
Right.
So I think from Guam, it can hit 54 and I guess 26. Let's see. Well, it also, it reaches any Chinese advance or can make an attack on Amur if the Russians stay there.
Right. So Guam, because these carriers right here, they can go 3 spaces, 1, 2, and 3. So these could be used against Hawaii. Maybe that's what he was seeing.
Yeah.
In combination with the 2 subs. But I do think it's that would have piqued my attention. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see what the Americans do as we
Oh, by the
close.
way,
Yes.
on G2, I did buy a tech dice. It
Oh,
didn't that there was an edit. You noticed there was an edit, and I was editing the money down 5. I must have decided to buy it after clicking through AAA, rolled it on the forum, and missed.
I gotcha. Okay, that's an edit right there. Okay, all right,
I just
gotcha.
wanted you to know I
Yep,
did spend money on tech there.
excellent. All right, well that makes me happy.
I
So
thought so.
if you're playing with the AAA, by the way, you can see that you go to game and you go all the way down to roll dice, and that'll give you a dice that's rolled. Does it show up in the? Let's see it show up. Okay, let's keep going down to America. America. So what does America do, and how do you feel about it? So they spend 15 on tech rolls. Oh,
Now I'm feeling better.
you're feeling better. All right. Uh, okay. So what we have here is we have bomber. That's the 4th U.S. bomber in the game. Carrier, 2 destroyers, 1 sub, 1 transport. Finally, the transport comes into play. Excuse me. Allergies. Whew. Hold on just a second. I am going to pause the recording so I can do a little sneeze here. Let's see if I can do this. Not even sure how to do it. Let's see. Where am I? Show grid. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, come on. Come on. Hold on just a second. Nope, I can't trigger it. Okay, let's keep going. So Americans. Bomber goes after the I think that's a battleship.
That is a cruiser. The cruiser has
Cruiser.
that symbol.
Gotcha. Okay.
The battleship is
And
toast. It went down with a whimper.
oh boy, here we go. Wow, that is bold early move. Excuse me. Pardon me. So bold move. Is he really going to do this? Oh, he does do that. Oh my. Okay, so what's going on here? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not use a kamikazes cannot be used against transports, but they can be used against
Destroyer.
destroyers.
Yeah.
What happened here? Why
He
is
has to escort the transport because they're subs.
Yes. So this is a warship, and just to let you know, if you're unfamiliar with this rule, they do not have to fight these subs. That is a big deal, and that actually came to play in the last global championship, out of box championship. A fellow bought a bunch of subs thinking they would defend, and because he has a warship, I believe the rule is warship, not surface ship, he is able to ignore the subs and attack Korea. But you could have, I think, used a kamikaze, but you chose not to. Is that
Uh,
correct?
I'm not sure offhand.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let's keep going. It doesn't seem like there's an like it was triggered, so I'm not sure
I'm
why.
sure I know we looked it up at the time.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep going. So here we go. Cruiser is taken out. Oh, three bombers. Sorry, and one bomb. And you kill the cruiser.
That's a
And it
big hit.
gets you. Yeah, yeah. There you go. So that's a $12 loss for a $12 loss. All right. And here we go into 91. Uh, and more into 26. Excuse me. Okay, so this is a great move. Just got to remember what you're doing if you ever want to move this, because this guy can just be the transport can just go back and forth, boom, boom. But sometimes it's easy to forget that that's even there. And then the bombers returned, clean up, places destroyer, and carrier destroyer sub go here. Transport bomber is placed in western. I think it was a bomber and a destroyer. Just a destroyer is placed there, I guess. All right. How do you feel about blockade cost from
Let's
blockade?
see.
All right.
Oh.
So
So in 6, he maxed me actually. What?
cost from blockade. That's
Oh, I
American.
blockaded his Korea.
Ah, there you go. That's it. Love it.
So he caught me with my pants down there.
Yeah.
I didn't have a fighter on Japan. I
Yep.
didn't know forgot about the sneak into Korea with the US, disoriented
Yes.
by the map. Anyway, great play by Oysteilo.
Yep.
He's being feisty, he's getting lucky. I got problems.
You got problems. All right. Let's see how the Chinese do. I'm very curious. He buys more artillery. He spends all of his money. And what's he going to do? He is going to do some combat moves. He's going to take the easy Queen C. Just want to see. He's going to make it a little difficult for expanding the Kui Chow. That's it. So non-coms. What's he going to do? He's going to just add. So let's take a look at Yunnan. Let's. I'm going to just
Yeah,
close this panel up for a minute.
I must have him stuck there.
Okay, whoops. Sorry. So in when you're playing against these guys, just let you know, these guys are running battle calcs. This is over here. Go to the territory, go to the battle calc, or you can go here. You can do Control B. Let me get that up. Sorry. You click on the territory, Control B, and here it is. So they're taking a look at this stuff on a regular basis. Calculate odds. There are also off, you know, also battle calcs that are on the internet, not inside this software. And I think that you've said, Gamerman, you like to use a different one than the battle calculator here.
Yeah, well, I generally use this one, but in certain
Okay.
situations, certain units, um, there's one I have that does odds distributions that
Okay.
are, some of them will do that, like on ana.org, you can find some battle calcs. Some of them will do pie charts and stuff, line graphs.
Wow.
And I'm looking for the one that I like to use because no one will be able to find it just from looking at it. My secret weapons.
All right. So China receives $16. So again, we are talking about at least, well, I would say that's another dollar right there that China would not have had if those planes were not there. So that's actually two. So if we say $6 plus the dollar from Yunnan, now in this next turn we've got the $6 plus the Yunnan as well as the Guangxi. We're talking about a lot of extra money because of this Russian plane gambit. All right, let's move into okay, we've got British spending $5 on tech rolls. They miss. I appreciate you guys doing this, although I would definitely go with the anniversary token system.
Yeah.
And he buys one airfield. Okay, so and one factory. So I'm getting a little. I'm getting a. I do feel like he's not respecting the sea lion here, and that can come to bite you in the butt. So there is a naval investment and a projection of power over the North Sea that, yeah, I'm not seeing being respected. Okay, so then purchase pretty standard for UK Pacific, and let's do the combat moves. Okay, he's going for French Indo. That is the front lines there, people, and he's going to take out that transport, suicide transport. He's going to go after the sub. Easy pickings. And he's going to go. Okay, so this is okay, so just to let you know, I mean, he's about to go to combat, and that is a 1v1. So that's he's been getting lucky. I feel like at this point, oh no, he's got a bomber in the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do think he might be pushing his luck a little bit. Okay, easy kill right there. Nice $7. Yummy, yummy. Okay, and he gets it, gets the hits, but loses the destroyer. Okay, so that would happen even if he had two destroyers there. Okay, let's see if he gets French Indo. Of course, he gets it. Gets the single hits, misses. So French Indo China is back in Allied hands. Okay, this one he wins. Okay, so the dice go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Finally, it hits, and he misses. You miss. So you cannot buy yourself a vowel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the North Sea is a little less precarious for him. Let's count the units there. Okay, so we have a transport going back. He's able to bring them. Okay, so this is absolute disregard for Sea Lion at this point in time. He is going to move to protect Egypt. And he combines the fleet from the Persian Gulf and brings some units down to Belgian Congo to get that $5 bonus back. Oh, he undoes it. He's thinking. Okay, he's doubtful. He's not sure. He's bringing stuff from Algeria, I think it is. He's still thinking. I do find you have so many if I'm undoing moves, it's usually England.
Hmm.
There's so much stuff to think about. Okay, he's going to activate Persia. Airfield and factory go in Egypt. So that's a big deal. That's a big moment right there. He collects $30, not 35, and he places. Let's take a look. $9 with. Okay, he's got a healthy amount of troops in Calcutta. Okay, so let's take a look around. He's got 5, 7 units, 8 units in Yunnan. He's got 11, 12, 13, 14. You do have some units that can hit India. So that conveniently splits his forces. And he's got mostly single slow walkers. Egypt is looking awesome. The air base seems, yeah, okay. I mean, I just wanted to just try to do the count right here. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4, 5, 6.
bomber.
1, 2. The bomber's up here, right?
This
Oh, there it is. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess air base is somewhat necessary there.
Yeah, I think 1, 2, 3, 4. No, you can't do. Well, yeah, okay, so he's protecting against the Germans too, because
Right. The 1-2 punch. Sure.
if you take Syria with Italy, if I take Syria with Italy, Germany has a landing spot for planes from West Germany.
Right.
So
And
he's
the bomber's
being
one.
careful that I don't just annihilate his fleet.
Yeah, and the bombers also from Holland can reach Syria. Yep. I can see that. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to. I mean, you don't have as much money as you did the first turn, so you can drop. I think you've got $51 right here. People is where you would find out that's 51 IPCs. So that's definitely less than the initial $68 you had. All right, I just wanted to take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 17, 18. I think it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4, 7, and 1 transport 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Okay. All right. Oh, there's 2 more. 2 more for an invasion. Okay. Keep an eye out for the sea lion. All right. Let's go to Italy. Open up the right panel again. Shrink it back down. History. All right. He buys more. I love the Navy purchase here. I do. Even 97. Even if this fleet stays in 97, you are forcing England to invest in Navy, which is not what England wants to do. So, all right, let's see what happens. You're gonna keep evacuating, and you're going to go into Cyprus, making it even more difficult for the Allies to get that $5 IPC bonus. So very good. I like that a lot. Non-coms, gonna bring some more troops back to Yugoslavia, and I believe you're probably gonna move everything to the front. All right, we've got can openers.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong can opening front there.
That is very good.
So he's
Okay.
actually he's got that massive army in Egypt and there's nobody to fight.
Right. Yep.
So I'd rather, yeah,
I
I don't want the
yeah,
Italians to stay in
I,
North Africa and fight and lose.
I, uh, I am. There's a general principle I have, and that's that,
Yeah.
especially from that last game we were analyzing of Farm Boy, and I think he was playing Andrew A. Gamer. I'm not
Yeah,
sure if he
yeah,
was,
that's
but I
right.
think he was. Um, and the general rule is if you don't have to be in Moscow, don't be in Moscow. That $18 is a healthy income, especially with zero investments in North Africa. That is a healthy income for the Italians, and that is accounted for by this strong fleet. So even if you did not expand another dollar, but kept that $18, that's making it. I just want to take a look at the general income before I finish my comment there. Right now, the axes are at 116. So when you head toward 140, 145, that's where the axes are definitely strong. But my comment there would be that these troops right here. I mean, I suppose that you could foresee that if every plane was used and every bombardment was used, you only have two transports. So my thought is that every one of these that could be moved out of Egypt should be moved out of Egypt,
Yeah,
because you need to be headed toward the front.
right.
That would be my only comment there.
Yeah, that's what we're both saying. Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, so Anzac spends 5 on tech note. Now I would say, excuse me, I would I would say Anzac doesn't share tech with somebody else, does it?
Right.
It doesn't, does it?
No.
No. So I actually, as much as I love tech, I do not do tech with Anzac. It's just does it's not cost effective. So I would say that was a mistake myself, but um, there we go. Plane and an infantry. All right. And he's going to move. He's going to move on Dutch New Guinea to grab another bonus. Fight for those bonuses. Love it. And he's going to support
Yeah.
Korea.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's shrewd.
All right. And I'm not 100% sure what he's doing with that destroyer. Let's see if he really does it. Um, okay, so okay, he is thinking about where to put that destroyer. He is still thinking about it, cleaning up. And where did he end up? He ended up heading toward the Persian Gulf. Okay,
Yeah, a couple destroyers there can really be valuable to stop an invasion fleet on India.
right. Take away those bombardments. Okay, drops his forces and leaves them in New South Wales. I would say that is also a mistake, in my
Yeah,
humble
yeah,
non-champion opinion. This is not
yeah.
on the front line, but he's
No,
got to be.
I
It's
agree.
just, it's just, he's got to be nervous about this. But even that is not
That's
okay.
me. Um,
Caroline has no transports. Yeah, this is off the front. They need to be on the front.
yeah,
$16. Um, and okay, non-coms for the French moving forward and helping out in Egypt, moving down to Gibraltar. Boy, okay, I can understand that. His numbers right now are good, and these are mobile. These three are mobile,
yeah,
and he's already got the 3-plane scramble. Um,
right.
so I don't know. Okay, so I do have to call it there. For one thing, I've got to go to the bathroom, and I'm actually play. I'm gonna let you make a comment, but I am actually play testing Imperial Borders tomorrow,
Hmm.
and we're play testing the one-on-one version, so 2-player version. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be the first time I've ever done that, and got to travel out about 2 hours to do that.
Hmm.
So excited to do that tomorrow morning, and I'll be seeing Tom Gale. Yeah, Larry won't be there, I don't think. But
Yeah.
anyways, what are your thoughts at this stage in your fantastic match? Out of box, quick technology,
Oh man.
$40 bid. A lot of bad juju, a lot of bad luck on your
Yeah,
part.
there is. There's that. The Korea move sneaky. I'm feeling bad about that. I know what's coming. He's going to move everything in from Amur. He's got his 2 bid artillery. That makes 22, 24, 25 ground unit or 25 units defending Korea. Let's see. I'm glad that his stack is on Egypt. And I'm not too worried about his incursions into the Pacific. I'm gonna swap those back, I think.
You're talking about the ships? Oh, you're talking about down here, these incursions. Gotcha. Okay. All right. This, I think, has got to be the, you know, love the pizza dough strategy that's being exhibited here. The pizza dough strategy is that there is no safe, there is multiple fronts. Obviously, we have a front right here. You're back, I think I hear you.
Yeah.
There's a front right here. There's a front here. There's a front here. Japan will not be winning this game with the victory city conditions. I do not think. At least unless things change radically, really Germany is got to be your hope. I think. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
In turn 2 here.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Any other comments before we close it
Yeah,
out?
I forgot to say up front, we house ruled tech in 3 ways.
Oh, okay.
Minor.
Yes.
Well, one's major, one and the others are minor. We agreed to delay long-range aircraft by 1 turn. So if you
Okay.
break through long-range aircraft, you can't immediately use those
Yes.
and just reach all kinds of new places. You get it a turn later though, so still powerful.
Yes.
We agreed to nerf rockets a bit.
Yes.
We're gonna take 1 off each die roll of rocket damage. And
Okay.
conversely, on war bonds, we're gonna add 1 to each die roll.
Oh, very nice. I
You're
like
not
that.
getting 1 to 6, you're getting 2 to 7.
Very good. A suggestion for you for rockets. We use rockets just like subs, just like convoys. So you can get 1, 2, or 3, but you can't get 4, 5, or 6. It's just
okay.
a way to nerf rockets because I've had guys that right now rockets are already very powerful for the Axis, but you drop a couple of more air bases,
Yeah.
devastating. I mean,
Yeah.
it's game over, really.
Yeah.
With fairly good dice for whoever gets rockets.
That's good. I never heard that.
Yep.
So I'll let you go.
Okay. Hey, thank you so much. This is great. I love this game. I do love the map. I think it's interesting and new. And like I said, there are new skins. It's pretty interesting skins to go with this. And but I don't like the trucks. But but I do think that it's harder to see planes in this version. So. All right. Well, thank you so much again, Ted. This has been great. I'm going to I'm going to stop sharing. And so I'm going to stop sharing right there. That'll bring us back to, should bring us back here. This is AAA. I'm going to shut this down too. AAA. And there we go. I'm going to shut the thing down and I'll say a few words to you before you head out for the night. But this is Crockett36 and I've been talking to Gamerman01. And let's see. Everything's thinking right now. It's never a good sign.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Great. Yeah, and I was just gonna say, I hope we can do the next part soon, since we're kind of on some cliffs. I stay up late. Sure. Okay, yeah, just let me know. All right, great. Yeah, see you. Bye.